He was like, I have something to tell you. So I'm thinking of words.
Yeah.
And he was like, I like you. I think this would go somewhere.
Yeah.
But I'm about to move to Belize.
Whoa.
And I think, was it the next month? Or like two? It was
like 2 months.
2 months or so. So I was like, okay, let's go to the courthouse and get married. Straight up.
2 months? You did not.
No, it was only 2 weeks.
We had only been talking.
You were just playing?
Weeks.
No, I'm dead.
What's up, everybody? I'm Lex.
I'm Jeremy.
And this is another episode of Ode to Black Love podcast. Before we get started today, I just want to shout out the rental that we are in today. It is super dope. So if you want to book it, hit up Trendsetter76. He will get you taken care of. And that's on Instagram. So Trendsetter76 on Instagram. And yeah, you can book this beautiful Airbnb. So now that that's out the way, we definitely have some great guests with us today. We are so excited to share or to hear their love story and for them to share their love story. So Nailah and AJ, how are y'all?
We are good. Happy to see y'all.
It's a beautiful day.
Yes.
Beautiful place, by the way. Shout
Yeah,
out to the
thank
owner.
you.
Yeah.
Very nice.
No doubt. So, I mean,
Let's jump in, baby.
I know y'all just a touch, but we're going to just go ahead and get it to it. Like, who hollered at who?
Let's go.
Like, how'd y'all get together?
All right, you want the truth?
I want the
We
truth.
We're
want the
not going to
truth.
go through this again,
truth?
AJ.
Please do it.
People be
Please do
lying.
it.
People do be lying, and then the
People be
stories
lying.
be changing over the
Yeah,
years.
we have to iron it out on here ourselves.
Okay.
I have to tell it, yeah.
I'll let you go first. Ladies
So, this is the truth. This is the true story, everybody. Just so everybody knows.
Okay.
So 2014 was a crazy year for me personally.
Mm-hmm.
My sister was diagnosed with breast cancer. I was
Wow.
finishing up my master's program. There was one class I almost failed and I needed to pass. I was going through all of this and ex and all this kind of stuff. And I said, you know what? I'm done. I'm going to focus on me and the Lord. So I'm just chilling, right?
Yeah.
Come to find out, me and my ex took a break or whatever.
Mhm.
And then next thing you know, you got your girls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they and send some pictures. Come to find out, he had a baby on the way when we were trying to fix stuff. So I was like, oh no, I ain't playing no stepmama.
No.
I can't do that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And so I left that alone. So it was just me and the Lord. Lord, whatever is for me will be for me.
Mhm.
So I'm just chilling. But my family was like, dang, they was together for a while. And they're
Yeah.
like, you know what? You like to go to the gym. So they got me a gym membership
Okay.
for my graduation gift for a complete year, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just minding my business, at the gym. And I saw him and I was like, okay, he had Kappa, so he did his little shoulders. I kind of looked. And I was like,
Just
I was
on
like,
the
no,
normal,
no.
just
I
over
was
there
like,
moving his shoulders.
me and the Lord.
Right,
It was a
right.
Nike hit class, me and the Lord. And I was like, let me stop. Let me, just me. And then I think maybe the next class or something, because I was a new girl in the gym. I
Okay,
guess that's
okay.
the thing. And I just remember leaving the class one day, and of course, he ran after me.
Okay.
You can agree with that. Ran after me, was like, say.
My story next. My story next.
Chased her down.
I got witnesses. He was like, what's your name? How old are you? You got a man, you got kids. All right, take my number.
He checked you down.
And call, and literally in like 2 seconds, it was like, call me. So I'm just like,
Okay.
but I was giddy inside, but I had to act like a G, right?
Act like a G.
Stop. And so I was like, okay, let me just pause. And I text him to the next day.
Right.
But I was like, he
right.
low-key kind of cute.
Right,
So
why
let me
wait?
go ahead and send that little text
Why
like,
wait?
hey. And then everything else really is history.
Yeah.
And then we can align back on the second part.
Okay.
Okay.
Now what happened?
Yeah,
Tell the
yeah,
truth.
yeah.
What
This ain't
really
the
happened?
No. She told the
What
truth.
really happened? Now tell the
She told
truth.
the truth.
Now, I'm going to tell the whole truth, nothing but the truth. Where the Bible at? Where the Bible
Exactly.
at?
We need the Bible. That's
Okay,
what
so
I'm talking
this
about.
is my story. So before we met, of course, before the kids, before everything,
Right.
I was working, graduated from college, and I wasn't, you know how some people, maybe y'all didn't experience this, right out of college, you go through that phase where you're not really into your career,
Yeah.
and you're
trying to
doing like
find
these
a
little
job.
random
Happy,
jobs. You're not really
yeah.
happy, so I was in that phase. I
Yeah.
was not in a relationship. I was very single.
Mhm.
Very.
I was very single.
Very
and
single.
It was And then the last relationship was kind of crazy. I was like, you know
Yeah.
what? If I don't get into a relationship for a while, I definitely
okay.
wasn't going to look for one.
Mhm,
But I was like, I was going to be fine just, being single and doing my own thing. So
Mhm.
I am a big fan of the gym.
Mhm.
Especially coming from a sports background. I played sports back.
Okay.
I was an athlete. And so, yes, I was at 24 Hour Fitness. I was there daily. Everybody knew me. I was there, right? So here come the new chick.
Mhm.
So the new chick come. I used to do the Nike classes.
Mhm.
And so
Okay.
she started coming to the class. Okay, like
You
you
used
know,
to teach him, or you just
no,
okay.
no.
Participation.
I was a participant at the time.
Got you.
So new chick came to the class. Everybody was making a big deal about it. I'm like, I don't care. I'm here to work.
Shit.
I'm
Nah,
here
I
to put
don't
some work
care.
I'm here
in
to
the
get
gym.
that.
Like,
I'm here to
new
put in that sweat
chick.
equity.
Obviously.
So I didn't pay her too much attention.
Yeah.
I didn't pay her too much attention. So what happened was she came to the class. She did the class.
What happened
Cool.
was-
The next day she came and did another class.
Okay.
Okay, new chick came. I have a spot in the gym. Like everybody know, if we got a fitness, matter of fact, it was like one of those dance rooms. You got the
Mhm,
mirror, so we do the
mhm.
Nike classes in there,
Mhm.
high
Yeah.
intensity cardio.
Yeah.
I have
Mhm.
my spot.
Mhm.
Everybody know, don't go into that spot.
Except the
That's
new
AJ
chick.
Johnson's spot.
Yeah.
Everybody
Except
know.
the new chick.
The new chick comes.
Okay.
Yesterday,
New chick.
she was on the other side of the gym. All of a sudden, the next
I
day,
was late to
she
the
in my
class.
spot.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm like, who this new chick in my spot?
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, okay, cool.
No big
So I
deal.
moved around to a different spot, right?
Mhm.
Did the class,
Mhm.
cool. The next 2 days, or whatever, she came back,
Mhm.
right? This time I'm in my spot, but instead of her going back to her original spot on the other side of the gym, she
Uh-huh.
came and got right behind me. Like if I bent over my ass all in her face.
Yeah.
Like, can you cuss?
I was
We
not
cuss?
that close.
Yeah.
I was
Cuss a little
behind
bit?
you.
Yeah, you could.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Cuss,
yeah, yeah.
I'm not a
Yeah.
big cursor. But I just a little
Yeah.
bit.
It's all right.
I'm
Yeah.
like, man, if I bent over my ass right in her face, so she gonna get like right behind me, all this space. Now it wasn't the gym, it wasn't packed.
Mhm.
All this space.
Yeah.
She want to get right behind me. I'm like, what is she doing? Okay, you know what? All this space, you want to get right
Right.
behind me? Okay, she just gonna have to look mad.
Mhm.
Do the workout. She said something sarcastic or smart to me. Do you remember that?
I probably did because
She
you probably
did?
did something.
Didn't
Yeah.
do nothing.
That makes sense.
Didn't do nothing. I'm just working out.
Yeah.
I'm just working out, having fun. She said something sarcastic. I'm like, what's this new chick talking to? Does she know who I am?
Yeah.
Like, who are you talking to?
Yeah.
Who are you talking to?
It's
Why
my
she
gym.
said something smart? I'm like, all
New
right.
chick again.
Right.
Once again, new chick.
I'm like, who is it? Like, who are you talking to? Like, watch your mouth. Like, no. So anyway, really, I picked up the vibe. She really just wanted to shoot her little shot and didn't know how.
Yeah,
she
yeah,
was
yeah.
she was playing the kindergarten. Let me be mean here.
Yeah.
And so she used to be staring at me and stuff
Yeah.
in the class. I'm like, hey, what's she looking at? She like, what you looking at? Staring at me and stuff like that. So the vibe was, I felt it. She wanted to talk to me.
Yeah.
So after class, now she mentioned that I ran up to her after class, right?
Mhm.
The thing
Yeah.
is, there's 2 doors that you walk through to leave the room,
Yeah.
to leave the fitness room.
Mhm.
One door.
She was waiting. Okay, one door, you're right.
One door
She
talking
was
to
waiting
somebody.
right outside. Like, what you waiting for? I
Mm.
stayed in and talked to my friends and
was
stuff.
like,
All right,
yeah,
man.
scared
Yo. So we working on tomorrow. We lift the weights tomorrow. Then we go do cardio. Okay, cool. So she was waiting right outside.
Mhm.
Oh my god.
I'm like, oh my
Where's
goodness.
the
So she
Bible?
I'm like, this woman's waiting for me. So let me just go
Let me
ahead.
go. I feel her
Where-
Now she
outside the
waiting.
door.
I need the Bible.
She ain't
right
waiting on me.
now.
It wasn't no chasing.
Yeah.
She patiently waited for me. And she had to be waiting at least 5-10 minutes because I stayed inside talking.
She said.
You sick? Because you doing a whole lot of line right
Look,
now.
He capping.
I said I was gonna tell the truth. But anyway, so she waited for me. I said, you know what? Okay, she trying this hard. I said, here, ma'am. I said, I'm sorry, what's your name? I ain't get her name. She's still a new chick, right?
Yeah.
I said, what's your name? Nailah.
You
So I
funny.
said, okay, Nailah, I'm AJ Johnson. Do me a favor. Pull your phone out.
Oh.
Take my number. She did
Okay.
it. Right? Gave her my number. I said, I'll be here about 5 minutes. Text me about 5 minutes. She did it. She followed directions. Right. It worked out.
You missed a whole lot of questions because you
You
asked me
quick little
like
5 minutes. Take me 5 minutes.
welcome.
5 minutes.
You're welcome.
6 minutes too late.
So 6 minutes is entirely too late.
Y'all, this
I said-
cap
I
right
said
now.
five.
I can't.
She did
I can't.
Honestly, she didn't do it exactly 5 minutes. She did it a little earlier. But that's okay.
Yeah.
That's all right. All right, so then we went and got ice cream, and
That was that.
now that's
We
that's
did not.
Brahms.
there's some time in between. So then this is where our stories start aligning.
Yeah. So
Start
after
matching
y'all got the
up.
number, you shot on the text. Where we go?
So from there, we went to Brahms.
Okay.
Shout out to Brahms. I love
Brahms.
the Brownie
Yes,
Sunday.
Brahms.
Brownie Sunday. Oh, y'all got it. Y'all from Oklahoma.
Yeah.
So
We got
y'all
it.
got
Y'all
tons of
When you
Brahms.
said Brahms, I was like,
Every
Brahms,
quarter.
good choice.
Yeah.
we don't have many Brahms here, but
Yeah.
we sat down, I'm never gonna forget it. And he was like, all right, so I like you. I think this can go somewhere, but I need to tell you something. So I'm like,
So was y'all like texting for like a couple weeks before then, or was it just like
2 weeks.
2 weeks?
Yeah.
Y'all was chopping up?
2
Was it
weeks
fairly
when we went to
consistent, or
Brahms.
just like
It was consistent.
Yeah.
So, yeah, after we
Talked in the morning.
exchanged numbers, it was pretty much consistent after
Yeah,
that. We
yeah,
was
yeah.
got to know each other pretty well.
y'all still seeing each other at the gym?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
But when we see each other at the gym, we didn't want to.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was
don't
like
wanna
we had
tip
like
off-
a fitness click, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
so
Okay.
we just kept our talking relationship like to
Yeah.
ourselves.
Yeah.
So not everybody in
Yeah,
our
no-
business,
nobody in your
right?
business,
Yeah, you don't want everybody.
Right.
Wanna make the gym weird.
Yeah.
She had a few fans, and she would say I had a few fans.
Mhm.
You had a lot
Gotcha.
of fans, but you were single, so you
Yeah.
can have a lot of fans. That's okay.
Okay. Sorry. So y'all got to Brahms.
After
We
We
got
got
to
to tell you
Brahms.
something. Yes.
So he was like, I have something to tell you. So I'm thinking of words.
Yeah.
And he was like, I like you. I think this would go somewhere.
Yeah.
But I'm about to move to Belize.
Whoa.
In, I think, was it the next month? Or like it was
It was like 2 months.
2 months or so. So
2
I was
months.
like, okay, let's go to the courthouse and get married.
See,
Straight up.
No,
2 months?
you did not.
No, it was only 2 weeks.
we
2
had all
weeks?
been talking.
You
for
were just
2
playing?
weeks.
No, I'm dead serious. So I can take a step back. So remember I said I was going through a whole lot, 2014,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
So I journaled every day, right?
Yeah. Okay.
And
okay.
so I graduated. I was nervous about getting a job. My
Mhm.
internship turned into a job. I'm still currently there.
Man, yeah.
Like doing some good stuff. But I was like, hey, Lord, you know what's for me. But just
Yeah.
in case you needed some assistance, I wrote some things down. Like, hey, Lord, if you can have A, B, C, D, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, then that would be great, just in case.
Yeah,
And literally, next thing you know, is when I saw him at the gym. So I'm just like, okay, we vibed, everything. And I was like, he's mine.
Gotta
Like,
be on
he's
time.
meant for me. I wrote about you.
Yeah.
You were meant for me. So I said it. I guess
Yeah.
I
You just
shoot
knew
my
already.
shot.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then what you...
So when she came off, y'all just eating the brownie
Sundae.
sundae.
Yeah, brownie
You just eating the brownie
sundae.
sundae, and she
Yeah.
was like, then let's go to the
I
course
was
and get
all
married.
into this brownie Sunday.
And I had some
when she
flip
hit me in that, my heart dropped. My stomach started doing all type of flips. I was like, oh, I can't finish this. I was like, this woman crazy. She talking about getting married. She was like, let's get married. I'm like, I just met you 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
I thought she was crazy. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, hell no. Okay. I'm going to have to cut her tail out because she tripping. But, and she never let me live it down to this day. I told you when I met you, we was going to get married. It
Yeah.
happened.
Women
Yeah.
have an
It happened.
intuition that
Yeah,
men just
yeah.
don't.
Mhm.
I guess so, because I was like, she crazy.
Yeah.
Like,
So
imagine,
Like,
I
what
just
was your
met you.
response?
Yeah.
AJ, what was your response to that?
It was, I was speechless. I was like,
And I laughed and was like, it's okay. Like, we can go. I was
See,
straight up
that's how
like,
she
let's
was,
go.
for real.
Like,
So
I
you-
knew he was mine.
Yeah. So his response with him being speechless, so did you anticipate that? Like,
Oh,
if
yeah.
you would have said yeah, was you really going like to the
I
courthouse?
honestly, I don't know. I mean, I would have been down if he was down.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know what I expected because it just came. I was like, you
yeah.
mine, so let's make it
crazy.
official.
Right.
But I mean, we almost 5 years in, so I
Right,
guess
yeah,
you the
yeah.
crazy one for not
It'll be
believing
5
me.
years and less than a month.
October
Wow.
1st.
Exactly a month.
So where do y'all go? Y'all leave Brahms? Like,
Yeah.
did y'all leave like? Was it like awkward?
Probably not for her. For me.
No, I'm about to say, I don't think I felt awkward.
It's like, all right, I'll see
Yeah.
So
you.
you really thought she was crazy?
Yes,
Probably, and
tried
that's fine.
I kind of tried to turn to a laugh off, like, ha, 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 ha. But in the back of my head, I'm like, oh, she crazy. Ha, ha. I tried to laugh and all
Yeah,
that
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
But we did continue to talk after that.
Mm-hmm.
And then I did end up going to Belize because I was in the Peace Corps. Now, remember I mentioned before that I was working with this job. And I was like, oh, man, it's not bringing in the type of money I expected. Going through these 4 years
Right.
of getting a degree, I'm like, oh, this ain't what I expected. So the Peace Corps did assist me, and I picked up a few traits, a few skills. And so the thing is, before I left, let me take a time out. I'm gonna do the math. So my oldest daughter, she's already 5. She's 5.5. We're gonna be married for 5 years coming up next month. So, you know,
we'll get into that. We'll get into that.
I kind of
see what had happened was.
Yeah, I kind of have to mention that. So, so she got pregnant.
Knocked me up before he left.
So, like, how long was it
sure.
between from the time y'all first met at the gym to the time you was about to leave?
December we met.
So it was about 6 months. I left in June.
You left in June.
And we were definitely, like, I guess, official.
We had to make up a date.
Yeah.
What did we say? January?
See, I be trying to tell you.
We had to make
it's real,
up.
ain't no need to do that whole, is you my boyfriend, is you my girlfriend thing. Like, we're
just like, so what date do we want to really choose?
When is our anniversary?
Yeah,
like,
like, no, do you want to be my girl? It was like, okay, we're a thing. We're an official thing.
Yeah.
So it was about 6 months before I left.
Okay.
Right? So which was in June, but she ended up getting pregnant around my birthday, which was in April.
She ended up getting pregnant because I couldn't impregnate myself.
Right.
Well, who else you gonna get pregnant by? No, we just. He got pregnant around my birthday.
Yeah.
And then I was like, ooh, now this is different. This kind of changes up.
Yeah.
Ooh,
this changed.
I remember that.
I think I was like, I already made this commitment to get ready to prepare to go out of the country. It's a whole lot of planning involved in that.
Yeah.
So I was like, as far as my career and where I'm trying to go, I have to make this move. And then, so we had a long talk about that. And the crazy thing is, so she said, I'm like, ooh, she told me she was pregnant. I was like, hold on. I was like, time out.
Yeah.
I didn't even get to talk. We didn't really get to talk about it. You know, like we didn't get to have a talk about the pregnancy and the situation and moving forward.
We did it.
She said, look, she hit me with all of this at one time. I'm trying to come as correct as far as my memory goes. She said, look, I'm pregnant. I know you're about to leave the country. I understand. I would never try to stop your career. I'm keeping this baby. You can be in the baby life if you want, or you don't. And I'm like,
facts. That's what I said.
Yeah.
Because I'm A-okay.
So how was it when you found out you were pregnant? Because I know that's a whole other thing. Because, it's like, I mean, like you said, you knew he was already leaving. So it's just kind of like, so when you found out, how was it for you?
I remember it was a rainy day, remember? Because we were at my apartment. And I had a big event because they were opening up a new hospital in Dallas and I was helping with something at my job. Okay. And I took the test and I looked at it and it said pregnant. So I just put my rag, I put like something over and I said, you know what? I can just deal with this another time. Yeah. Like I need to get my mind right. He was like, what did it say? I said, you can go see it. I'm getting dressed. I need to go. And so we usually talk on the way to work and we were like in complete silence.
Yeah.
The whole time. And that's when I did give him the ultimatum because at the end of the day, I understand.
So it was quick. You just already had you already
yeah.
It didn't take you time to like think about it. You just like, boom, this is what it is.
Yeah.
It's for you on the table.
Yeah. So in my past, I had an abortion. And so it just screwed my head up really bad. And I was like, I can't do this anymore. And so that's why I was like, I understand, some men want to live their life. I mean, we're not married. You are not obligated to me. I completely understand that. And I support you in your career. So I gave him the ultimatum like, hey, I really do think you should, go and expand your career. Because ultimately, like, if you want to be here for your child, that's going to help our child. So I'm not going to be selfish about that. And I think all of that kind of threw him for a loop. Like, yo, you kind of cool, but like, you're not about to have, my child not about to be out here. Yeah. And I'm not going to be there. Right. He is literally the best father out there.
Yeah.
So... yeah, you know that. You know your daddy of the year every year.
Okay.
So, I mean, before we even go further, since we're talking to that, I always ask, like, dads, because some dads, when people say, like, I want to make sure no matter what, blah, 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 it's like, is there a reason for that? Or is it just kind of like you just build? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, you think about how you grow up.
Yeah.
And then I don't want to step on nobody's toes or throw nobody under any type of bus. But you just want better for your kids.
Mhm.
If
Yeah.
it's something that you missed, you want to make sure you fill those gaps and those holes for your
Yeah.
children and your
Yeah.
seed. So that's one thing I always knew growing up. I just there's no way I could be this type of dad. I have to be this type of
Yeah.
dad. I know
Yeah.
even if it's hard, I know I'm capable of it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So I knew I was capable of it before I even had kids.
Yeah.
And then I don't want to. And shout out to if you're a dad, if you're a father, shout out to you. But there is
Shout
a
out.
difference between being a good dad or a good father and
Preach.
just a father or just a dad.
Mhm.
I didn't want to be just a father.
Yeah.
So I was like, I want to be a good one. I want to be one that my kids,
You're great.
you know, really
Yeah.
appreciate and I just want to help grow
Right.
my little people.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I want to
yeah.
be, I want to be, their products.
Yeah.
I want to make great products to
Mhm.
Yeah.
this system, this environment. So I just knew I wanted to be a good dad.
That's-
So when she gave you that ultimatum, like, what were your thoughts?
I didn't get a chance to think. She didn't give me a chance.
Once
Yeah,
again,
yeah, yeah.
I
By
hit
the
you with the
time
one, too.
she hit me with the 1-2, it was over. I was
She's
KO'd.
straightforward.
And then we ended up getting off the phone. So
That's a perk.
we got like
Being straightforward, man.
then I think because I don't know what she had something to do, but she said it. But we got right off the phone.
Yeah.
I didn't even chance. Only thing I had a chance to say was bye. So it was one of those like I think I was getting out the car once. I sat in the car for a second like
Yeah. It was raining that day too.
I felt it in my spirit, but I still ended up going to Belize. I
Okay.
was like, man, and it was, and being in a position like that, your mind is just, it's just circling around your mind. You have so many other things going on, and then you got this baby situation going
Yeah.
on. It's
Mhm.
like, And then I did end up moving out the country.
Mm-hmm.
I did. I was gone for 6 months.
Mm.
I was like, and then she was due in January.
Mhm.
So
He
my
left June
oldest was due
23rd.
Yep, I left June 23rd. She was
Mhm.
due January of
19th of 2016.
2016.
Mhm.
I came back right before Christmas.
Mm-hmm. Oh
like-
my gosh.
Yeah.
When he
came
left,
on
I
back.
had no belly.
Yeah.
And so
Aw.
Yeah,
he
that
didn't have
time I
like
saw
a
him again.
phone or anything. Like he couldn't have a phone. So we
Yeah,
would
he was out
communicate through his iPod or I don't even know how we
My
communicated,
iPod,
but
yeah.
throughout that entire time, you got all the
Yeah.
appointments. He never missed one appointment.
Wow.
He was there. He also attended the baby shower.
Aw.
This Negro was dressed up with a bow tie on, like just sitting there. And there's a picture at my baby shower, me with big old belly and him right there just smiling.
In a whole nother country.
In a whole nother
On-
country. So he
on Zoom.
That's gonna make
on-
me cry. That's beautiful.
so he did that.
No, that's
Yeah,
pretty good.
yeah,
So I guess
yeah.
I'll go. How was it since he left, like kind of at the beginning of your pregnancy? Like, how was it with him being gone and you kind of just,
Was
I
it
mean, y'all
hard?
together, but he kind of far. Like, y'all in a new relationship and you pregnant and he just, he really far. He not even,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
he not
Yeah,
even just
yeah.
like, come stay, what I'm saying? Like, he really far away. Like, how is that? And I'm sure communication just, it was kind of, like you said, you couldn't really have a phone. So, like, how was it, those couple months, was it a couple 6 months?
Yeah, it honestly, it wasn't as bad as you would think.
Yeah,
Because I
yeah.
have my sister, my mom here,
Okay.
and my friends. So they
Gotcha.
just kind of made sure. And then my dad, he would come every other Sunday, and we would
Yeah.
always go to breakfast.
Okay.
And so I felt like the village,
You had a village.
was
Yeah,
just like
yeah.
here. And they understood because at the end of the day, what he is trying to do will ultimately
Yeah,
help this
yeah.
family if we're together. Obviously, we're still
Yeah.
together, but like
Mhm.
this family, i.e., if we're not together, you're still going to help your child.
Yeah,
so that's,
yeah.
that's big and that's your passion. So I'm going
Right.
to support that. But it really wasn't that bad. And
Yeah.
everyone knew that he was out of the country. So if I see his name come across my phone, I'm going to stop what I'm doing. I'm going to
Yeah.
answer. I used to put the phone on my belly so he could talk to her. So they
Yeah.
would talk. And do you remember all that? And when she got, I don't even know how many months I was, she would start moving when she would hear his voice over the phone.
Aw. Yeah.
And so when he came back from Belize, I didn't know. All I knew, he was flying in from DFW. That's all I knew. I
Mm.
didn't know what flight, what airline. I did not know nothing. So here I am, Inspector Gadget, because women, we are
Yeah,
Inspector
we gonna figure
Gadget.
it out.
So I called. I
Lord.
figured, I was like, okay, I'm in the right gate. This lady was helping me. I was like, this is what's going on. And I was like, well, I'm going to stand here. So granted, I'm 8.5 months pregnant by this point. And he hasn't seen me since I was like 12, 13 weeks. I ain't had no stomach. So then all I heard was, what did you say? When I was like,
hey,
I found like where I was supposed to go. And I'm like, he could be around here. So I'm just like frantic. Like, oh my gosh, I haven't seen him in so long.
I just got off the plane.
And then he said,
it's ironic. I walked outside. I just got off the plane, got my bag, walked outside.
I remember that.
And I seen her coming into the airport right when I stepped out. I was like, hey, it's funny. And if y'all been to DFW, it's huge.
Yeah,
Yeah.
The irony of her being at the exact lane.
Yeah.
Okay, that was like perfect.
That was God.
It was perfect.
Again.
It had to be God. Because
Again.
DFW is the craziest airport
Yeah.
ever. So I was walking out. She was going in. I was like, hey. And I just seen this huge woman with her face. And she turned and ran. I'm like, whoa. Her belly was out here at this point. It was like extremely far. And she ran. I was like, hey, hold on, slow down.
I remember that. And I was like, boy, I've been doing HIIT classes the whole time. So I still continue to work out. So like all of our like gym family and all of them, like they made sure I was fine. They made sure nobody was trying to holler at me. Like the people at the gym knew I'm AJ Johnson. So you better step back. Because when he come back, he going to handle you because he is from the cliff. I remember that. That's so funny. I forgot about all that. He was so terrified when I was running, though. Terrified.
Yeah, so when I did get back, so I had been living out of the country. So I kind of, my life back when I was in the U.S. was all the stuff that I had. I either got rid of it. So I was coming back with just the stuff that I had. And I had a few things that I had let her, your family had put in the attic or something like that, somebody in the garage or something like that. So I didn't really have a lot when I came back, including a place to stay. She had an apartment, so she let me stay with her in her apartment. And I'm just the baby dad at this point. So the baby daddy who been out the country just got back. And it was it kind of pretty much grew from there. That was our first time really living together. So she was pregnant. We're living together. So now we kind of playing house at this point. But playing house, it really worked. It helped.
It helped us.
And it really make you wonder, like, okay, we're playing house, doing the house thing. Is this really? Because even though you have a baby on the way, you don't have to get married to that person.
You do not have to.
You don't have to get married to that person. So I was like, after playing house, I think I could.
He kind of cool.
I think I could put up with this for the rest of my life. I think I could. I think I could. Of course, you had your days.
Everybody got their days.
I believe in weighing, picking and choosing your battles, and if the pros outweigh the cons, then like, okay, So I have an 80-20 rule. If I can deal with her 80% of the time, she all right. Because if you start high. Over time, the longer you're married, it's going to decrease. So if you start at an 80, all right, hopefully it won't take you for at least 20 years before you get to a 70.
Gotta stay above the sea, you know what I'm saying?
And then if you get below 70, you need to do something to make it up and get you
back up.
So the following year, she had
2016.
my youngest. She had my oldest in January. I was like, you know what? And then that's when we really, yes, I keep saying playing house. But we was really doing it. We was really living together. We were a family that we just had no rings. We were a family with no rings and just a boyfriend, girlfriend title. So I'll never forget, it was my birthday. April again. So
January, April. Same year.
So we had of the same year, and I proposed to her on my birthday. I was like, I think I this is cool. I could do the married. I mean, then again, I didn't grow up in a married household. So, I knew I was going to learn along the way, and I wasn't around too many married couples. Outside of my father, and my step family and siblings and stuff. So that was the only kind of example that I kind of had, and then my brother with the Philip. So that was a married example, but outside of those two, which was opposite ends, I really didn't have a consistent, what do you call it?
Like
example.
Like an example.
Yeah. So I've learned along the way. We got married October of that same year. So we had a baby, proposed, and then got married in the same year.
Yeah, in the same year.
Before my oldest turned 1, we had the wedding.
Okay.
She was in the wedding.
She was
Okay,
in the
yeah,
wedding.
She was the second flower girl.
Yes. Oh my God. Yep.
How was planning that wedding?
I was gonna say before we even got there, like, were you expecting him to propose? Like, was it ever a thing that you like? Cause you pretty straightforward. So it's like, was it ever just like, I mean, come on again, like,
Where my
it's taking
ring?
so long,
Yeah.
or was you just kind of like you was like
Never
content, and then it was kind of a surprise?
We went and looked at rings on some fun chill Saturday. Or we out. Oh, look,
I
there's
wanted a simple ring, like
Okay.
super simple. He's like, nah, we need to get it. I don't have my rubber ring on today, but I remember he's like, you need something that spark. You need something that everybody can see, and da 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 da. And I was like, but I don't care about everybody else.
Yeah.
But my thing is,
But he's a guy. So
I think it's unique for guys, especially in the South. And it shouldn't be like that. It should really be about the meaning.
yeah,
But
for sure.
in the South, if dudes see, she got a little ring, her husband ain't nothing, let me. And then dudes probably trying to shoot their little shot, but like, no, blink it in his eye so he can.
I mean, we all around each other. I mean, you be all around each other. You don't be the one with the little small ring.
Hey,
It's a guy thing.
That's what she
It's a
wanted,
guy
dog.
thing.
This
It's a guy
is
thing.
You be
Gotta
over there
make
like,
sure, you know.
get a little
I see the
upgrade.
lady.
You know, blind baby.
It's a little upgrade.
I was just like,
But yeah, I like you can have a small ring, especially you know. So my oldest was in the wedding. She was the second flower girl, and then a year later we had our second child.
Because we got married on October 1st.
yeah.
She probably got pregnant on
knocked me
October
up.
1st.
You knocked me up on October 1st, probably. It could have been a little bit. Anyways.
So
So how
wait,
was the
before
wedding?
I was about to say, before we even go further, how was planning that wedding in 6 months? Was it everything y'all wanted? Were you a bridezilla? Like, what went on during that time?
Can I say something about it?
Yes.
Yeah.
So my mother-in-law,
Okay.
Mama.
as well as her sister,
Yeah.
My
my
Gigi.
mother-in-law is.
Creme de la creme.
She is. She's a very
Creme
clutch person in
creme.
regards to
Yeah.
Clutch.
decor and any type of planning.
So that's
Yeah,
her. That's
yeah.
her.
She-
When
that was
y'all
her
said
thing.
y'all was getting married, she's like, boom, I got it.
Bet.
That's her cup
She was
of
like,
tea.
6 months, I
Oh,
got
trust
this.
me.
Da-da-da-da.
If
Yeah.
it's something that, and she enjoys that type of stuff.
Yeah.
Like she finds joy in. She
That's
really
tough.
like helping people. She finds
She's
joy in helping people.
huge
Yeah.
But
helper.
anything that's going to be fancy, delicate, and
That's my
requires
mama.
planning.
That's
Her
my
mom, like if y'all come to our house, which y'all will have to come, y'all gonna have to come
Yeah,
to our
you're
house.
gonna have to.
We've been living in our home for a year now, our new home.
Mm-hmm.
But
We'll get to
shout
that.
out to homeowners. But she's played a major
Part.
role.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm sitting here looking at y'all house. I picked up so many traits from her. as
Yeah,
far as-
yeah.
They're
'Cause
like
her mom.
they're like this, by the way.
Yeah, but my mother-in-law like she
She did
yeah,
it.
she
So what made y'all decide like 6 months?
That's a good question.
So that's more so me. So I have 2 older sisters,
Okay.
and they both got married in October. And so I love my sister, so I was like, I kind of want to get married in October too. I know it makes no sense to anybody else,
Yeah.
but I was like, I want to get married in October.
And see, I was like that. I was like, dang, let's go. I say October,
Yeah.
hold on. I
Yeah.
just proposed yesterday.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's coming up fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she's like, why wait? I was like, well.
Yeah, why wait? Like we
Yeah.
already in it. We already deep. Like
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
already got. We were renting a house at that time.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Did we? I don't know. We didn't buy a car just yet.
Mm-mm.
Like we were already starting to merge stuff. So I'm
Yeah,
just like,
yeah.
bruh, like let's just stop. Come on,
Yeah.
let's get this
Did
over.
y'all
with.
pay for y'all's own wedding?
No,
I
I
don't
think
pay
we
much.
paid. No, I think we only paid for maybe the DJ. No,
Yeah, because y'all.
did we?
My
My
mother-in-law
mom,
Yeah,
my
took care of
mom, my
most of it.
dad, my
And
sister-in-law.
my father-in-law,
Yeah,
he
okay,
did the
gotcha.
catering.
He did the catering. My sister-in-law got us the cakes.
So y'all village.
Y'all,
chipped
yeah,
in.
Yeah,
they-
village.
they
It
all
was village
paid
again.
in. Yeah,
Look,
yeah,
I'm thinking,
yeah.
I'm like,
I don't know.
it was a bit.
How
I
that
don't.
happened.
It was beautiful. It was lit,
That's a
and of
blessing,
course,
bro.
it
That
was.
was a
yeah.
blessing.
You know, we had to get a little ratchet in the
Of
reception.
course,
That's-
of
Got
course.
to.
Yeah.
I personally, speaking of the wedding, I personally did not want a wedding.
Really?
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. I was like, no, we
He's
gotta
the
have
one
a
who
wedding.
wanted the wedding. I
Yeah,
was like,
yeah.
babe, let's go
So
once
how'd that
again.
conversation go? She was like, let's just go to the courthouse, and he was like, no, you gotta same
I'm like,
thing with
we
the
gotta-
ring.
I'm like, we gonna do it. We have to do it right.
Yeah.
Like I believe, I
Yeah.
like the tradition. Like let's jump over the broom for good luck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wanted that whole
Yeah, you
vibe.
want that whole
I wanted
experience.
the family because
Yeah.
again, in my family, there's not a whole lot of married people on my side of the family.
Yeah.
Her side, Yeah, somewhat
Yeah.
like your sisters. You
Well,
got your
yeah, my
sisters, you
middle
got your
sister.
mom.
So my oldest sister had a full wedding.
Mhm.
My middle sister, hers was in the military, so they did something really small.
Okay.
And so once again, my mom, she is a planner type person.
Yeah,
So she was like, oh man, I couldn't plan her wedding. So I was like, all right, my husband wants one. I should have known y'all were gonna be like this at that point.
Yeah.
My husband wants one, she wanna plan something. So y'all go and do
Yeah.
it. Here's my
Yeah.
colors. I wasn't a bridezilla.
So you was hands off for the most part. Wow.
I just cared about my dress.
Yeah.
The food, liquor, how we gonna get liquor in there.
Okay.
All I said
Okay.
was
That was my responsibility. We gotta make sure we got enough. We
all
gotta make
I
sure.
said, my only rule that day was that if I go like this, someone has to put a drink in my hand. That's all I said.
Yeah. So
Oh, how was the wedding night?
Yeah, how was the wedding?
Wedding night. Oh, did y'all get married in the morning or was that like,
Nighttime.
Nighttime. Okay.
It was
Yeah.
the
that was
evening.
It was
About
the evening.
5-ish. 6.
Yeah, we was on CP time.
Of course.
Because my matron and maid of honor, there's an accident on the exit. And so they were late. Oh, and the wedding planner was like, we need to go. I said, woman,
We are not.
you got your money. Chill.
Yeah.
That's literally what I
I
told
still
her.
want to see her email.
I was very disappointed in that, but overall, he wanted to get married in a church. But we had a lot of family members. We like to drink and party too, so
Yeah,
you
you
can't
can't
have like
really have,
alcohol in the church.
yeah.
And so we had a church like
Unless you go to like a real Baptist
place
church. They're gonna have-
that also had like a reception area connected to it, so
Got
you can have
you.
dinner and stuff.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
it was
yeah.
like I was like, "Hey, are you good with this?" And he was like, "Yeah." And then so my mom and my sister and my Gigi took it.
It was
from
a
there.
church feel,
Mhm.
the place.
Yeah, like a
used.
chapel.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
a real nice.
And then
place.
Quentin Moore sang.
Who was that?
Sang.
Is that
Quentin
some-
Moore.
Oh,
Quentin Moore. Yeah, so we're
Shout him out.
Q
Shout him
Moore.
out to Q Moore.
Q Moore Music on Instagram.
Okay.
He's kind of a neo soul artist.
Oh,
He's
okay.
like a neo soul.
Neo
From Dallas?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah, he's great though. He
Amazing.
UT graduate. Q
Okay,
Moore.
Q Moore.
He
And
sung
the-
at our wedding.
Yeah.
And do you remember for Valentine's Day, after I think we had Kamora, or I don't know when, he did a telegram.
He does
Aw.
telegrams.
And he came and he sang to me at my job in the middle of everything with a rose.
Aw.
Wow.
And then here he comes with some Chipotle, because
Ooh,
Yeah.
Food to my
okay.
heart. I'm like,
Yeah.
And so, all the women in the
Of
office are like,
course.
oh my gosh. And
Yeah.
I'm like, yup.
Yup.
Got a
You
good
know.
one.
No. But yeah,
remember
no,
that.
but Q Moore Music on Instagram, he's very talented though. That's
Mm-hmm.
my boy.
Yup.
He know I got a high side him a little bit. But he was a singer. He sung at our wedding. Then you
Yeah.
have Corey
Corey
Williams
Williams.
photography. But
Photography.
he also
That-
does
Yeah,
videography.
yeah,
So
yeah,
he's
That's
the one.
Uncle Corey. That's
Okay.
Uncle Corey.
So he's the one that takes all of our
Family photos.
He
Okay.
also
Yeah.
did the videography for our wedding.
Okay.
So our wedding video is on YouTube,
Yeah.
which we'll share that.
Okay.
It was a lit wedding,
It was lit.
which is why we talking about it. But he's an alpha,
Okay.
so we
okay.
had people. I got friends.
My
Yeah,
mom's an
yeah.
AKA.
I got my frat brothers, of
Okay.
course.
Okay.
Yeah, I got my frat brothers, but I got Iota friends,
Yeah.
Q friends, Alpha friends. So
Yeah.
we got
Yeah,
we all
yeah,
high side each
yeah.
other all the time.
We're gonna talk a little noise.
Yeah,
We're gonna
got
talk a
to,
little
got
noise.
to.
Yeah.
But the wedding overall, we
Not great.
had both sides.
Jeremy not Greek either. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I can get that in.
Yeah, I gotta say, we just over here.
Yeah, baby, I'm
Okay.
with you, baby. I'm with
Okay.
you.
Yeah.
Whatever you need me to
And your
do.
little brother, yeah, Alpha, right?
Yeah.
yeah.
All the way.
Oh, like he light skinned.
He been in the sun.
yeah.
But no, when we had the both sides. We had
Yeah.
the Christian side, traditional
Of
Christian
course.
side.
Traditional,
So
yeah, for the
yeah.
aunties
in which my
and
cousin,
grandparents.
who's a pastor,
Mhm.
he's the one that did our ceremony.
Okay.
Bubba.
Okay.
And then we had the fun side. So
Yeah.
my friend,
Yeah.
I have a friend who's a DJ Dunny D.
Dunny
Okay.
D.
Plug
Instagram
him.
as well.
Yeah.
So he does all type of booking. I book him. But he was lady at the reception, crazy. And then we had amazing food,
Yeah.
friends, family. But yeah, our family had to see us get a
Wait.
little ratchet.
What year? I'm sorry. What year did y'all get married?
2016.
16. Okay.
Our family seen us get a little
I
ratchet
mean,
there.
but they knew. Like, you
Yeah,
couldn't tell me
yeah,
nothing.
yeah.
I feel
It's my
like as
husband.
women,
Yeah.
this is like a thing. Like, oh, you're supposed to do this, and you say for your husband, all this stuff. I'm married.
Okay.
Get the F out my
Bro,
business.
that's,
This my
that's what we try to tell you.
husband.
Marriage is fun. We be
Marriage
lit.
is fun.
This
If you can't
is-
turn over with nobody, you
Right?
gotta turn over with your
Right.
person.
No,
Right.
and it was, my song, I'm about to hit the club
Okay.
and dance like a stripper.
Hey.
Listen, legitimately, I was like, I
Yeah.
need you to play that song. So it
Yeah.
came up. So, I'm going to walk to him like, yeah, I'm about to.
Girl,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they're on the wedding video, and I probably
My
still got a
mom's is there.
clip.
My mom's is there.
I don't care.
Okay.
You're my husband.
Hey, mama, I'm
My
about to
aunt Fel-
twerk on my
My
husband.
aunt Thelma was there. My
Oh,
uncle-
and he
my
was
Uncle
so
Steve was
embarrassed,
there.
and I'm just
Were
like,
you?
hey.
You were embarrassed.
That's my mom.
Getting a garter?
I'm like, okay, so on my mom's side of the family, I'm like the even my
The
dad's
good
side
kid.
too. I'm like the little golden child.
Oh,
You know,
okay.
I'm the one that
Yeah,
graduated.
yeah,
I'm the baby of the
college.
family, so
I'm
I
the one
guess
that
I'm a golden
graduated
child too.
college, and I'm like,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
on this little pedestal. So it's red. They're like, oh my god, I know AJ had that in him.
Yeah.
Well, they must have definitely
Pretty-
talked about me.
Prep.
Yeah.
Now,
Because I
Prep ain't
was
in,
face
huh?
down, ass
Exactly.
up, in my wedding dress,
Period.
twerking. And you remember, who was it? Sean and Gio was holding you up, just like old school. And I had my
Yeah, work.
Oh, Justin. It was Justin and Sean
Give
holding
them
them up.
that work.
And then my friend Kim and I can't
That's
remember
funny.
was blow like
Of
doing a
course,
video like that.
Yeah.
You know, but I
Listen,
mean,
we already know.
Yeah,
Our
that turned
wedding-
into-
I went in the same way.
Yeah.
ratchet.
It turned to a club.
all
It
on
turned to
the,
a-
I had bridesmaids on the ground. I mean, we was doing
It
the
was live.
food.
I mean, you can see that our video kind of live too. But
His
we
yeah,
gotta watch
boss,
it.
his
Yeah,
boss,
yeah.
his wife twerking,
my
trying
boss-
to
yeah,
do
my
like
boss'
it
wife
was.
came through. It was, yeah.
We was wild too.
That's
so
what I said.
we
We
did-
got to
that's
make
what I'm
sure. We
talking
said we
about.
make sure we don't run out. That was our thing. Like,
Yeah.
and it was just.
Lit.
Yeah.
Shout out to the bartenders. They had that joint flowing because like it was not a long line. You get in and get out
Got
and got what you
drinks
want.
quick.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We gotta go look at that video.
No, we gonna
Yeah.
watch
Yeah.
it.
Send it to you.
Yeah,
It was-
the
Oh,
beginning
it's gonna be
start
lit.
all nice and like, oh, this is beautiful. Then they get to that reception and we wow and like,
It was definitely it turned to a club scene.
Definitely
Everybody
club.
still talk about it to this day.
Yeah.
People still talk about it.
So did y'all have a honeymoon after the wedding?
We had a staycation.
Okay.
Staycation.
Okay.
So we, of course, we had our oldest daughter, which we got a night or two. Well, somebody watched our night or two.
Mhm.
But after that, it was like a little staycation. We got a room at like the Omni.
The
something like that.
Omni
Okay.
at the very end of the hall. I've never been to the Omni, and so we had this whole big old
Oh,
room
wow.
suite, full glass.
Ooh.
Like you pee and you can look outside.
Yeah, my father-in-law had
Ooh.
furniture. He had had alcohol and stuff.
Like
in
lit, because
Ooh.
I'm a
I'm
like, we
crown,
already
I'm
drank
a
all the
whiskey
alcohol at the
girl,
wedding.
whiskey bourbon girl. So I had my
Okay.
crown apple. He had his peach Ciroc.
Mm.
And I'm just like, we got this whole big room, just us two. So I'm just like, we just gonna have us some fun
Yeah.
in the room.
I
Let's
know
go,
that.
baby.
Sounds
And I was
familiar.
like, wait, we didn't even take any pictures.
Yeah.
Oh,
And so then I was like, come on, put the clothes back on and let's just pretend. Like,
yeah.
you remember
That's
that?
funny.
Stunt for the gram.
Yeah.
Right.
No, legit. I think we did kind of.
Yeah.
Nah, Papa Willie had that set up though. He had that set
Man,
up.
man. So
That's
y'all,
That was lit.
y'all know for sure that's when y'all conceived the second baby. You feel it?
Probably.
Pretty close.
Probably, or
More
like
than
a week
likely.
before.
Because she
probably.
was born, that was October 1st. She was born in July. Yeah, we did the math. That's like,
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
legit,
Right.
like.
Nine months.
And she was a
Right.
week
Yeah.
late. Lord Jesus.
yeah. So,
Lord Jesus.
but no, yeah, that was fun. Then the reason we didn't do like a honeymoon was because,
Yeah.
of course, she was only what?
Oh,
yeah,
she
she
was
was
7
young.
months
Yeah.
at
She
the
was
time.
young.
It's 10, like 9 months.
Like 9
Mhm.
months. So she
Not
was still
even
young.
1 year.
At that point, we had got to, once you have the kids, it's like, I don't
different.
feel right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Us
Leaving them
just
somewhere,
leaving
yeah.
them. Right.
Yeah.
So it's like
Yeah.
either we
Same
all
way.
gonna
Yeah.
go
Mhm.
or,
Yeah.
nobody
Nobody
go
gonna
at
go.
this point.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was one of those situations.
So how is it going home being married? Did anything change?
Right. Did it feel
Like,
different?
we lived together before we got married, but when we went home after being married, we
It
both
felt
agreed that it
different,
felt
yeah.
different. So
Felt a
did it
little
feel different to y'all, or was it just the same?
It felt different after we had, I think,
The second-
Kamai, I
Got
think.
you.
after we had the same kid, like, which she came in July of that following year.
Mhm.
Well, I feel like it was kind of the same. To me, I feel like it was
I would
somewhat,
think it was-
somewhat of the same
I thought it was
Yeah.
the same.
until she came. And then, because when she came, that's when our
We had
lives
two
kinda-
under two. We were renting a house.
Mhm.
We're like, what's our like 5-year plan
Yeah.
from there? It's just like,
Like,
do-
which
do-
we
do- do-
really,
do-
we really
Yeah,
got into
yeah.
like
Focus
marriage
on
mode.
drama.
We got into marriage mode.
Yeah.
Came up with a plan for what we wanted to do,
Mm-hmm.
as far as us, as far as our kids,
Yeah.
school.
Yeah.
Like we were planning school dishes and stuff like that.
oh,
Like
man.
all of that.
Yeah. It's
so funny to
had
look back
literally
now.
sat down at this meeting, planned out, put numbers together.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
when we really after either it was probably before she was born. When we was getting
Mhm.
ready for her to come.
Yep.
That's when we really started getting into like marriage mode and planning.
Yeah.
And that, and y'all, of course, y'all know being married, especially having a kid, you have to sit down with your spouse
Yes.
and put numbers down.
Yeah.
Like you have to
You
plan
gotta put the
bills,
numbers
Oh
down,
my
yeah.
God.
Checks and balances too.
checks and balances,
Yeah, like
bills,
yeah.
moves you plan on making in the
Yep,
near future.
Yep,
So
Yeah.
plan it.
when she,
Mhm.
right before she came, I was like, okay, we're doing some
Got
serious
a car.
married people stuff right here. Like
Yeah.
this is real. And
We
then
for
we
real
actually
grown-ups.
we fell through with it.
Everything we put into place, we are living right now,
Oh,
which is
amen.
crazy.
Yeah,
what's up.
yeah.
Ain't nothing but God.
That's
Right.
God for
Again.
sure.
Right.
That's definitely God.
So
And
I mean, what do y'all feel like? Cause y'all just kind of gapped. So y'all first year like living together, it's getting married. Cause y'all had all of that in that 1 year.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like, how was it like cramming all of that into like 1 year? Do y'all feel like y'all had a chance to kind of like? It seemed like a go situation. Did y'all feel like y'all was always on go? Did y'all have a chance
Yeah.
to like sit and kind of
No.
figure out what y'all was really doing?
Yeah, yeah.
I feel like we have been on go. I feel like we are finally pausing. So
Yeah.
we like
Slow
look, we can
down.
do a time frame. 2015, got pregnant. You went to Belize. 2016, we had our first kid, got engaged, got married, found out I was pregnant with the second kid.
Mhm.
That next year, 2017, had a baby. Moved. We were already in our rental house, so it was dealing with 2 kids under 2. Then that next 2018, we moved 2018. Then I think
we're still in the real house.
we were still in the rental house. She was
Mm.
going to school. You were
That's 2019.
transitioning. You were transitioning
To
to
a
a new job.
It's 2019.
2019,
Now
we're
that's
like, that's a big year because we're like, yo, we want to buy a house.
Yeah.
Like we want to do something.
So once again, my mama, Queen Creme de la Creme,
She's
she
clutch.
was like,
She's clutch.
she's like, okay. So she has room at her house. We'll just say that. She was like, how about this? Y'all can stay upstairs at our house.
Okay.
We had a room. Kids had a room. We had our own little upstairs living room, like our own little
Oh,
apartment.
wow. Yeah. That's nice.
You can pay whatever amount, which was nothing. And you save for your house. Get out of debt. Save for your house. That's all. That's literally
Ooh, that's
all you
a
have to
And
do.
see, a lot of people.
Let's talk about
Don't.
it.
Yeah.
We
Let's
can
talk
talk
about
about
it.
it.
Especially
Okay.
the Black community, because
Yeah.
it's like you turn
Okay.
18,
They
you need
cut
to
you
leave.
off.
But
Yes,
like I feel like
yes,
how
yeah.
I grew up, my parents were married, but they were pretty much getting a divorce by the time I was, of age, and like I think they got divorced. I was like 7, 8. So
yeah.
it really doesn't matter. But my mom has always been like, I'm gonna help
Mm-hmm.
my children. And so
yeah.
she doesn't expect for us to like at 18 like go. We all went to college. If you need to come back, come on back. I got you.
Yeah.
And so I think that's just always has been her mindset. And so when she saw our situation, she was like, well, I can help y'all. Once again, she's a helper.
Yeah.
And she was like, let's sit down. And AJ, you can talk about your part. It's just different for him because I was like, is this something you would want? Because this is my family.
Yeah.
But my biggest thing was like, is this really something you want to do? Because this is like my mama.
Yeah.
This is like my stepdad. So like, I know them. I know how they are. Like, you've been on your own for a minute.
Yeah.
And we got kids. So my biggest thing was like, mama, my biggest thing is I just want you to understand that I'm their mother. You are my mother.
Yeah.
But I'm their mother. So yes, you are Nana of the Year. But when it comes to discipline, like we can't do that.
Yeah.
And for me, it worked out. But you can get into
Yeah,
how
it
you
was,
felt when they offered it to
my
us.
mother-in-law put the offer on the table, and I had been on my own really since I was 18. I went to college.
Yeah.
I had no plans of really returning to Dallas, but I ended up doing it. My mother passed away, took care of my little brother for a bit. And so I've always, like, she passed away, like, after I came back for a month. And so, like, after college, so Prairie University, and I moved to Atlanta and did, like, a internship for about 3 months. So when I moved back, my mother passed away a month later. But I was just coming back, and then I was going to go back to Georgia for grad school. And then she passed away, and then my life took a little detour in which I was taking care of my younger brother. And I've just been head of my household since 18. So then when I got with her, us living life and having kids and stuff and renting a house, which my mother-in-law put the offer on the table, I was like, whoa, I want to be the man.
Yeah.
It's my father-in-law.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was like, you know what? I said, people outside of
Do this
us
all the
do
time.
it all the time.
All the
Yeah.
time.
I was like, you know what? For where I'm trying to go and where I want to go with my family, I can humble myself and do this.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
And so the plan was a year in which we stayed there a year.
Mhm.
We could have. They were like, you know, if y'all want to
They
stay here 2 or 3
They
years,
actually
Really?
enjoyed us
Yeah.
probably having the girls there.
And the
Yeah.
crazy thing, I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I was like,
I
oh.
was ready to go.
Oh, family.
She was ready to
Yeah.
go. So
Yeah.
we lived there exactly a year.
Okay.
Wow.
I wanted
Yeah.
to stay longer. I was like, no, let's stay a little longer.
Bump
Yeah.
I was
this.
like, man,
Little help.
this
We
is a
paid
blessing.
off.
It was,
We
built-in
paid
help.
off your car during that time.
yeah, it was fun. Yeah, we did a
We-
lot during
we-
that year. We were
Yeah,
able to
yeah.
save
Yo,
so much.
I forgot how much bills really were.
But I was like, yeah, I can humble myself,
Yeah.
man, and do this. And it was funny at first. I'm like, man, I'm really staying in some. And then also, I think one thing we have to get out of as Black men, we feel like we're losing our masculinity by staying
Yeah.
at another man's house. Another man doing you a favor, you feel
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
we have a hard
Yeah.
time asking for help and humbling ourselves and accepting blessings that come our way
Yeah.
from other men.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's something I was like, AJ, you gotta break that curse. Like it don't have to be like
Yeah.
that. So
So was it just something you sat with yourself, or did you talk to somebody and and kind of gave you some advice, or you just kind of was able to talk it out with yourself?
I talked to my father-in-law.
Okay.
My mother-in-law put it on the table, of course, but my father-in-law had a talk with me about
Yeah.
me
Papa
staying with
Willie.
him. He's like,
He
yeah,
cool.
and he was so welcoming that he wanted me to come, and me, I'm like,
Oh, that's what's up.
yeah, he really wanted me to come. I'm just like, oh, I'm a dude, I'm a man.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
and, I think we got the idea that we're going to feel like we're less of a man if we stay under another man's household. But that wasn't the case at all. He made me very comfortable.
Yeah.
And then, of course, I can't just be a male there and not help. So I tried to help any way I could. And he's
Yeah.
like, man, I don't want your help. I'm a man myself.
So
Yeah.
because
I'm like, man, let me help you.
hold on, he's retired. So like taking out the
retired.
trash and
Yeah,
like doing
yeah.
that kind of stuff, like those are his
He's
like
And
tasks.
so he's
Yeah.
And
that,
AJ was like, so what am I supposed to do now? Like what am I
right. He's
supposed to do?
that bored. He's that bored retired.
Yeah,
Bored
Like,
retired.
I'm
Need
like,
something to
I'm
do.
like, I'm like, you don't have to do that. I was like, let me help you. He's like, no, man, I don't need your help. I got it. I was like, so it was but he made it very
Yeah.
comfortable for me, and it was a humbling experience. And at the same time, I was really appreciative because
Yeah,
we wouldn't
yeah.
have the house that we just moved into a year ago. We wouldn't have it
Yeah.
had I not humbled myself and done that.
Right,
We
right.
would have
Mhm.
had it maybe next year if we had to stay in our situation, but then maybe not because COVID. We bought a house
COVID.
right before.
Right.
We bought a house
Wow.
during COVID.
Yeah.
Like
But
before we even
before-
knew what COVID was, what
Yeah.
it really was.
Before
Right.
the whole
Before
market changed, yeah.
California people started
Started
moving to
moving in.
Texas,
Right.
messing up our
Right.
housing market.
So
Yeah,
it's
that's
like
before the market changed.
It's crazy because I was
Oh
like,
my
yes, we could have
gosh.
stayed with them another year.
and I was like,
But at the
I'm
time-
ready to go.
She was ready to go.
Mhm.
I
So what
love-
was it for you?
I love my mama, but just the mother-daughter relationship sometimes can be
Yeah.
tricky.
Look at
And
you.
like,
Yes.
you know what I mean? Like
I
I love her to
absolutely
death,
do.
but it's just, your mom can just get under your skin
I
a
was
little
just about to say,
differently.
your mama can get on your nerves a little bit.
But I love her.
Yeah, like
And
you
I
my
appreciate
dog.
her.
You my dog.
But I was just like,
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
ready to go, honey.
Yeah.
And like my frustration that I was having, I would take out on him.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
then that's going to affect our marriage. I'm
Yep.
like, dang,
Yep.
I can't do that. That's not right. But I was frustrated. So I'm like, well, he's the
Yeah.
easiest target, unfortunately.
It was starting to
Yeah.
affect
So-
us.
So I was
But-
like, we need to go.
Yeah.
Because like this is great, but we can also figure it out as well.
Right.
So then,
So how'd that conversation go? Because like you said, you kind of wanted to say, did all it take was for her to say I'm ready to go? And you was like, all right. Or were you just like,
he was
Oh,
fighting me.
I was like, no, why would we do this? They want us to stay here longer, right? But even outside of them wanting us to stay there
Mhm.
longer, the moves that we were making financially
Yeah.
was like
Fire.
moves that I've never. And so me, I'm from the hood, and
Yeah,
I grew
yeah.
up poor. I had never seen this. I never had this much money in my life.
Yeah, yeah.
And we were
yeah.
saving and saving and saving.
Yeah, I know that felt
And
good.
saving.
Yeah.
Oh my God. We were saving so much. I'm like, okay, yes, we have X amount of money and we could get this size house. But imagine if
I
we
was ready
saved-
to go.
And we're a family of four.
yeah.
A family of four is not hard to
Yeah, yeah.
get a,
That's all that my
3-bedroom,
dad would
4-bedroom
say.
Yeah.
house. It's just fine. But it's not hard to find a a house for a family
yeah.
of 4. That's why I only wanted to have 2 kids.
We gonna get into
But
that.
I'm like, if we save more money, imagine if we did stay here another year.
Yeah.
We'd have double
Double
this
that.
amount.
Yeah.
Like, 'cause
Yeah.
I paid my car off.
I wasn't.
Like,
I was not listening to that.
paid my car off, bought her a car.
Yeah.
And like we were just really making
Yeah.
like all our debt was we just watched our debt go from here
To
to
zero.
it was
We paid off
it was
all the
amazing.
debt.
But
Wow.
the
Mm-hmm.
between her and her mom and which I love my
It wasn't
mother.
even.
I love my mother-in-law. I love but she was bringing, whatever stress she was bringing it to me, and it was kind of causing
Yeah.
some problems in our
Yeah.
relationship. So if she
Yeah.
said we had to go, I'm like, you
Yeah,
know
I
what?
had to go.
Fine.
I tend to get what I want.
I was like, we just got to. But the way it worked out was perfect because we
Yeah.
bought a house during COVID. It was the beginning when all the houses plummeted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the irony of the time when she was really like fed up, I'm ready to leave, and I was like, man, I want to stay another
Yeah.
year at least so we can double this money.
Leave.
But we had to. But it was really perfect timing
Mm-hmm.
because during COVID we had
Mhm.
the housing dip immediately. I want to say like 2-3 months after we moved into our house, all the houses
Just went.
just skyrocketed.
Yeah.
Literally after we closed.
talking about
After
after we
we
closed.
closed, which
Yeah.
was May of 2020.
Like right now, if we tried to move into the same house right now,
Be-
back like if the house was the same price, like the value of our house
Yeah.
now, if it was the price back then, we wouldn't be able to afford it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's
So-
a blessing.
And so, like,
that
it's-
equity.
But it's
Ain't it though?
like thinking about it because I enjoy just looking at houses.
Mhm.
Like
You're
I
right.
love, right?
Zillow,
like
I
it's
got-
just
yeah.
right.
Notifications.
And so I'm looking at houses like there's this one area, I won't mention it, just
Yeah,
privacy.
of
There's
course.
this
On
one
the light
area that
post.
like, if we could afford it, we would live here, right? We're like,
Mhm.
oh, let's move areas like around us. We looked like Waxahachie and Red Oak and other areas, but this one area we wanted to live in. And then I remember we saw that house and it was on the market for less than 24 hours. It
Yeah,
was like
yeah.
12 hours or something. We were the 4th showing.
Yeah.
Like we were going to see, we were the 4th ones. I was like, we walked in and I said, this is our house.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, this has everything I want, AJ.
Yeah.
It
I
had my
agree.
St. Augustine grass.
I agree.
I don't know if y'all know
Yeah,
anything
I
about
know- yeah, I
grass,
like
but
grass.
you know, it feels
Yeah,
good
I like
on
grass.
feet, right?
Grass. Yeah.
And I remember that, and we were in a bidding war.
Ooh,
And it was between
yeah.
us, and I was like, you know what? I'm getting real amped. And I was like, Lord, if this is our house, this will be our house. And remember, I sat at the table, and then I was like, I was chill after that. Next thing you know, it was our house. And we've been living there for
Yeah.
over a year now.
Shout out. So how has it been being homeowners?
Amazing.
It's amazing.
Woo!
I love it. I'm not gonna lie, I love it.
And then see one thing I know I never would have got had I not lived with my
Mhm,
in-laws
mhm.
is the knowledge. They taught me so much.
Ah, yeah.
So they are I want to say maybe first generation Black people on your family, your mom maybe, or it definitely Papa Willie. They're
They're
that
for,
first generation that made it.
yeah,
Okay,
they're for
Like-
sure like they are everyday millionaires. We'll say
yeah,
that.
so they're
Like,
that
yeah.
generation that made it.
Mhm.
And so living
Boomer
with them,
generation. Mhm.
I had access to this knowledge that people go pay to get.
Yeah.
And they were just giving it to me for free. I'm like, oh, I didn't know that. Oh, I didn't know that. Every day I'm like, I didn't know that. They
Yeah.
taught me so much.
Yeah.
And then I've had the opportunity to share the knowledge that I learned from them with others.
Yeah.
But I would have never learned that had I not stayed with them. Because
Yeah.
we
At late
didn't
night.
live too far. We stayed when we was renting a house. We stayed about maybe
15 minutes.
15, 20 minutes away from
Mhm.
them. But we never had them detailed conversations
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
when you're living with them, like
Yeah.
Come in
I'm
after
what you
work.
talk about,
Come in
yeah.
after work. Sit at the table. Have
Yeah,
conversations.
so I'm sitting there eating my dinner, or Papa Willie, my father-in-law might make him a plate. So we sitting there at the table, we
Chatting
got nothing
it
else
up.
to talk about. Next thing you
Yeah.
know, we talking about real estate.
Mhm.
Or we talking about building credit.
Mhm.
Or we talking about long-term wealth.
Yeah.
And so all these conversations, these very random.
Random,
Like
yeah.
I mentioned, we would have never got it. I would have never
Yeah.
got it had I not been living with them. But they taught me so much. So becoming a homeowner, everything that they talked about and shared with me, I'm witnessing firsthand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm witnessing the equity.
Yeah.
I'm witnessing our net worth
Yeah.
increase.
Mhm. Our credit
I'm witnessing our
scores.
credit scores go up. And then they gave us plans, they gave us plays to make,
Mhm.
and we've been making them.
Wow.
And it's been beneficial for us. And it's like, man, like if I had lived and continued to live in the
Right.
hood, like it had my life now gone the way it had went.
Yeah.
Me meeting her,
Yeah.
I ain't gonna tell
Randomly,
her where I would be. I
because-
wouldn't be.
Yeah.
You wouldn't be here. I don't like if we never met. I don't like if my family didn't give me 24-hour fitness like
Mhm.
membership, because I was gonna go to title boxing instead.
okay.
Oh, okay.
But I was like, no, I'll do 24-hour fitness. If you never came back from Atlanta, like we would have
Yeah.
never,
Yeah,
our
yeah.
paths would have never crossed.
They were
Yeah.
perfectly
it's
aligned.
like-
yeah.
I don't know. You would definitely probably be single.
Yeah,
Probably still.
Yeah.
I would probably be married.
Yeah.
Not
yeah.
gonna lie. But everything happens for a reason.
But
Right,
definitely that
right.
home ownership.
I love it. I love it.
It's a-
I get to do what I want to do to my
Yeah.
like it's my house.
Yeah.
Even though him and my mom, remember my mom loves
Right.
decor. So him and my mom, I will say, pretty much decorated the house.
Okay. Okay.
There's certain pieces I'm like, no, I want a circle black mirror right here. and
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
not
yeah.
budging.
Yeah.
I want a 72-inch
Yeah.
gray table. I'm not budging. But other than that, I'm like, y'all can take it away.
Right.
And that's nothing like coming in a place and it being yours.
yours.
And then we're on the
Yours,
street
yeah.
where we're like the youngest couple on
Yes.
the street.
We are.
So we have a lot of older
I love
people
them.
and middle-aged
Middle
people in our
age,
neighborhood,
yeah.
on our street, in our neighborhood. Beautiful neighborhood.
St.
warm and-
Augustine grass,
warm
beautiful
environment.
trees.
You like that grass.
Yeah,
I-
yeah.
Right,
I take care of the grass. I
You take care of the
my
grass too, and I'm like, baby, because I, as a child, at my like childhood home, we had St. Augustine
Okay,
grass, so
yeah.
it brings back really good
Memories.
memories.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it's cold,
Got
you
yeah.
know.
Yeah.
So,
But
I
it's
love the
just yours.
grass.
And then when you think
Right.
about everything I do, I think about my kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So think about kids and building wealth, and I want them to. They already not living half the way. They live way better than I live. But I don't ever want them. I don't want their kids
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
even grow up anything close to how I grew up. So I
Right,
want,
right.
you think about that long-term wealth and building that generational wealth.
Yeah.
When you think about home ownership, so it's a blessing.
No, that's what's up. That's what's up. So,
Yeah.
like, how was y'all? I mean, it seems like it's coming up every episode we have. Like, how was that 2020 for y'all? Like,
It was a blessing and a curse
Yep.
because if we're talking about us buying a home,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
that's probably the biggest blessing that came from
Yeah.
2020.
Yeah.
mhm.
Like luckily none of us got sick.
Yeah.
We followed the quarantine.
Yeah.
To the
Oh,
T.
to the T.
Yeah.
I went nowhere.
We didn't go
still really
nowhere.
don't go anywhere.
Mhm.
I remember the depression because I'm a
'Cause he a
gym addict.
rat.
yeah.
Mhm.
So I remember the depression. That's my stress relief. That's my
Yeah.
me going to the gym is my safe space.
Yeah.
But I didn't have that during quarantine, so I ended up having to find other ways to,
Yeah. To work out.
to
Mhm.
work out around in the area in the neighborhood. It still wasn't the same. But as far as
got
quarantine
through it.
and me not getting sick, I followed it.
Yeah.
We
yeah.
was like, you know what?
Did that.
I can, and then we both were working from
From
home.
home.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm still
Um,
currently working from home.
Oh, cool.
And we have a
cool.
transition plan to go back into the office maybe in November.
Got you.
But in Dallas County, just this Delta variant is
Mhm.
going back up. And
Mhm.
so they're kind of reassessing that. So
Yeah.
I mean, I've become a fan of work from home.
I
Got
was
my
about to
cute
say, you
little
like it.
office.
Yeah,
You know, I'm
yeah.
still
I
taken
enjoyed
care
it.
of.
It was nice while it lasted.
So, how was it like being with the kids? Like, was it just fun, or was it?
So it was interesting.
It was
So
interesting.
in the beginning of 2020, we were still at my mom's house,
Mhm.
right?
Uh-huh.
And so when it all kicked off, we were just like, what do we do?
Mhm.
So we did like school activities. So my mom is a retired educator,
Oh,
right?
Okay.
cool.
A
Okay.
retired assistant superintendent. So she knows education, she knows all the
Yeah.
good stuff, right? And so we did that. The kids were fine, took them outside more, made sure they had some physical activity. And then like the school year kind of started.
Mhm.
So we kept them out of like their private school that we send them to. And my wonderful mom homeschooled them for the entire
Wow.
semester. And
Wow.
so we had a plan that we would drop them off like before I go to work.
Yeah.
It was called Nana's Homeschool.
Yeah.
And she would do preschool activities, and then she would help my niece and nephew who were in grade school with their work. So sometimes we'll go to my sister's house. So during quarantine, we were at my mom's house, my house, and my sister's house.
That's
Those are
it,
only 3
yeah.
places we were. And so once again, Nana was clutch, and she made sure all her grandbabies
Oh,
learned.
still
that's
structured.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
still has
So
some
it really
structure, yeah.
wasn't. It
That's
really
pretty cool.
wasn't as bad.
Yeah, and I was teaching from home. I'm an educator,
Okay.
Yeah.
so I was teaching from home, doing the virtual option, and that was nice.
Yeah.
That was nice, and it just not. It wasn't just nice as far as not being exposed, but it was nice just to work from.
Yeah.
Your
Work
work
from
from
home.
home is a little different than my work from home.
Yeah, it was beautiful because I'll be, do my live sessions, and then
Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
go for a jog or go ride
He
the
was
bike.
horrible. I was like, honey, you can't do that.
You
So
are
I've
on
been
the
doing it
clock.
for a while. Like,
Yeah.
I got coalition meetings, I got contracts, I
Yeah,
got
yeah.
strategic planning meetings, I got all this stuff. So,
yeah,
like,
she was going hard.
yeah, I'm at
on-
home, but like,
I'm
I'm
working.
legit like working,
Yeah.
and it's nice in between meetings. I could put a load
Your
of
words
clothes
Friday
in,
before you
right?
left.
And between my next
Yeah.
class, I'll take a nap.
And he takes nap. I'm like, wake
Yeah.
up. We got work to do.
I'll take a nap.
Oh
It
man.
was nice.
That's good.
Well,
Well,
that's what's
I mean,
up.
that brings us mostly up to date. So
Right,
we always
right.
kind of get into. I mean, if you got any advice for new married couples or people aspiring to be, or even just that marriage advice period, just something that you feel like y'all experience or
Right,
knowledge y'all
learn
have that y'all
from.
like to give out to anybody else.
You want to start?
You go first.
I would say fight through those first 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
You hear people talk about those first 3 or first 5 years. It's
Yeah.
challenging.
Mm-hmm.
It's the truth.
Yeah.
It's challenging for a variety of reasons,
Right.
but I would say fight through
Yeah.
it. Don't give up
Mm-hmm.
on that person that you committed to
Yeah.
in the beginning.
Mhm.
Yes, it's not going to be easy,
Mm-hmm.
but it gets a lot smoother. I want to say after 3 years, I want to say it was a little rocky.
Yeah, year 5 is pretty
Yeah.
lit, or
Uh,
almost year 5 is pretty lit.
Yeah. Like
We
I
found
feel
our
like the
groove.
past year or two has been pretty smooth.
Yeah.
So if you can get through those first 3 years, even though you might have the
You gotta humble yourself. You gotta learn. I'm a stubborn
Yeah.
person, so you gotta die to yourself, I think,
Yeah.
and keep
definitely,
that
you know,
in perspective.
Mm-hmm.
get that in perspective. And y'all still growing together.
Right.
And
Yeah,
it's,
you're
it's nice to
growing-
have somebody
Right.
to
Yeah.
actually grow with. And think about
Yes,
the
grow with.
long term goals.
We about to be
Right,
lit.
right.
Both kids
Long-term
gonna be
goals.
out the house when I'm 45 and you're 46.
I'll be 46.
Mm,
See,
okay.
look, long term.
Yeah,
Long-
yeah,
we
yeah.
about to
Yeah.
be lit.
When I'm 46, I'll still be in shape and still be looking good.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'll
And
still be
kids-
healthy
I'll
and be
be
ready to travel
healthy.
the world.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah,
So,
That's
yeah.
our goal.
you know, long-term goals that keep you motivated. Come up with
Mm-hmm.
some good long-term goals to keep you motivated, including for your kids, not just y'all as a couple,
Couple.
as a
Mhm.
married
Mhm.
couple, but including for your kids. If you got some long-term goals that you want to reach, I think that kind
Right.
of helps.
Yeah.
Also, it kind of help you focus on
Yeah.
staying together
Staying
so you
together.
can make
Mhm.
those goals happen.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, I was saying fight through those first 3 years,
Yeah.
come up with some long-term goals, and make it happen.
I would say discuss expectations
Ooh,
prior
that's
to
good.
marriage.
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah. That's good.
I think because we lived together, it was a little bit easier for us.
Yeah.
And so we are millennials, but we still have, like AJ mentioned earlier, those traditional type values.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so, like, how we do things, this is just for us, to each its
Right.
own.
Right.
I take care of the inside, he takes care of the outside.
Okay. Yeah.
I pack his lunch, do all those
Yeah.
things that are like the traditional, like housewife type stuff,
Yeah.
because that's just what works for
y'all.
us.
Mhm.
But I also think those expectations, I think we had different expectations in marriage because
Yeah.
I think we had this conversation. Like,
I
most
had-
men are
I
like,
had no
"Oh, we
expectation. I
married.
didn't know.
We married.
Yeah.
You about to
Going
be
with the
having
flow.
sex every 2 seconds. Like, this is how it is." And it's marriage.
It's
It
different.
changes.
Yeah.
With life changes, you have kids, you have jobs, you have
Yeah.
stressors. And so just make sure you're kind of talking. And I know with us, when I'm not in the mood to talk, don't talk to me. Like, give me a minute because I will eat you alive.
Ooh. Yeah.
Like, because I'm going to say some things I'm going to regret.
Yeah.
So, like, give me a minute. I think that has really, like,
Yeah.
everybody had those moments,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
So, like,
Absolutely.
you need 10 minutes. Or give me some time.
Yeah,
And then I
yeah.
come to him, see if he's ready to talk.
Yeah.
And he could be like, "No, I'm not ready to talk." And I'm like, "Okay,
Yeah,
you gave me
yeah.
my time." And then eventually We'll come back, talk, be adults.
Right.
Because sometimes we like to be childish in
Of
marriage.
course.
And petty.
Definitely in the Coleman house.
And petty.
Yeah.
But just keeping
one of the spouses more than others.
You gotta call me out like
no
that.
puns intended. Oh, but no slug.
But I think just those expectations
Yeah.
just continue to coming back to that. Pre-marriage and throughout marriage, I think has really kind of would be some good advice. And no matter how long you've been married,
Right.
continue to do that for real.
I think one thing I didn't mention, this is my last thing, adding fun.
Yes,
Fun needs to be
you
added.
gotta have
Yeah.
Fun has to be added, not just for the
Yeah.
couple, but kids, include kids. We have fun
Yeah.
doing stuff with the kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like even when we don't have our kids, we were like, what you want to do?
What do we do?
We be looking crazy.
It's so weird for us. You remember most of our marriage is with kids. So
Right.
we've never had time just
Yeah.
like us two. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
yeah.
So now like they're older.
Yeah.
We feel more comfortable like leaving them. So it's just like, wait, we gotta sit, baby, let's get lit, let's
Right,
go.
yeah.
And
And
so
then get lit, we might just
we're
set
in the bed
house.
by midnight.
Yeah.
Right,
Go to the
right,
dispensary.
right.
Get us some Domino's, watch a movie, and it's like 10 o'clock. And be like,
Ooh,
yo, I'm
I'm
tired too.
Yeah.
And then we go to sleep, but it's still
It's
just
fun
like
for us.
reconnecting back to the basics.
Include
So,
fun.
yeah.
Fun has to be included.
Fun has to be included. Get a
Right,
little
fun.
ratchet every now and then.
Of
Face
course.
down, ass up.
Well, yeah, like that takes us to where we are now. Y'all talked about y'all's advice. Do y'all have anything else y'all want to share? Like maybe what y'all got going on, any businesses, anything like that? Feel free to share it right now.
Well, Instagram. You can follow me at Nailah Chronicles on Instagram.
Okay.
We
Nailah,
are
how you spell that?
Nailah Chronicles on Instagram. On Instagram. And we also have a YouTube channel.
Yes.
We took a little break called Day to Day Johnson, but there's some content on there. You can see our wedding. You can see a house tour, which we actually need to film an update because we did some renovations to our
Oh,
home.
cool.
So content coming soon.
Content coming soon. My baby daddy, he gonna film it for me, right? Yup. And I think that's all for me.
As far as me,
We're not typical millennials.
Nothing specific going on business wise.
Yeah.
Yet.
I'm just working on.
Yet.
Give us
Give us
Okay,
some time.
okay.
Yet.
So,
We're working on
yes.
something.
Follow Day to Day Johnson's Day to Day DAYTO.
I'll make sure we leave a link
Johnson's.
down there.
Yeah, Day
yeah.
to Day Johnson's, and so we'll update on that. But as far as me, I'm just your science teacher who works out. And so real estate, I'll probably be tapping into the real estate
Bet.
side pretty
Okay,
soon.
okay.
And so some video content will be coming on that once I get to coming soon. Stay tuned.
Yeah, just
Stay
coming
tuned on
soon.
that aspect. But
Okay,
you can follow me on Instagram. I'm Vista Noop, like Vista Print, Vista.
Okay.
Noop, N-U-P-E. Shout out to the bros.
I knew that was coming.
Yeah, Vista Noop on Instagram. She posts more than me. A lot of my stuff
I'm a
is
stories girl.
my stuff is
Check
I'm
my
stories as
stories.
well.
I'm litty.
If I do post a picture, it's like my kids or something
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that. But yeah.
Or you or your fitness goals.
You be posting.
I'm trying to get
Yeah.
him.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get him to do a fitness competition.
Ooh.
So
We'll
he
see.
getting real buff. So hopefully, that's one of his goals. So I'm supporting him
Yeah.
through his goals.
Sometimes your
Yeah,
stuff
that's
gotta push
mine.
you to do that stuff.
Right,
you do.
right.
You don't really want to do.
And you be
Yeah,
seeing them. I see them
try.
pictures and my mouth kind of water like, oh shit.
Oh gosh.
But he fine. So I was like, shit. I can't help it. Sorry. I'll behave.
Well, thank y'all so much for being on.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
I said
Thank you for
earlier,
having us.
we truly appreciate y'all taking the time out to share y'all's love story. I think we gained a lot of insight. And also, I don't think we really even talked about this. So the way we kind of know this couple is interesting.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
It's twofold.
It's
Yeah,
very
it's twofold.
Twofold. This way and this
We don't
way.
even live
Right,
close.
right,
Yeah, we don't
right,
even live close.
Yeah, so like to break it down, Jeremy and AJ, I don't know what
my
to
uncle
even call
is his,
that. Yeah.
my uncle is his brother.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. So it's interesting, right? So his uncle is his brother, right?
Mhm.
Okay, so then we pull up to his parents' house because this
Oh
is
my
how we
gosh.
made the connection. Yeah. So we pull up to his parents' house and we meet Nailah and AJ, or I meet him. Jeremy already knew him, and so I'm like, oh, we talking, and I don't even know how we got on this, but I think I was talking about like, oh yeah, I'm starting up this new. Not starting it up, but I'm a charter member, or I don't even remember, a brand ambassador at that time.
Oh, yeah.
I said, I joined this club called the Millennial Wives Club.
Yep.
I think they have one in Dallas. And she said, what? I'm a part of the Millennial
I was like,
Wives Club.
Tia, that's my girl.
Yeah.
I was like, what? You remember that? We were in the
I remember
kitchen.
that.
I was like, and I was like, baby, she's part of Millennial Wives Club in Oklahoma. We got so lit. I remember that.
Right. So it was interesting because, like, we were a part of the same club. Didn't know at all. Like, I didn't really know them. I didn't know.
She probably didn't know AJ existed.
So we have a funny connection. But again, we appreciate y'all being on. They family. We hope y'all enjoyed this week's episode of Ultra Black Love Podcast. I can't talk. Podcast. Make sure y'all follow us on all social media platforms. God, you take it away.
No, I got it. Yeah. Make sure y'all like and subscribe to this video. Follow us at Ultra Black Love on Instagram. If y'all want to reach us, y'all can get us at info@ultrablacklove.com.
Yes.
Make sure y'all comment. Y'all got any any pointers, whatever it may
Any
be.
couples
Any
y'all want to
comments?
see?
Holla at us. And other than that, I think we good.
I think we good. Well, if y'all ain't got nothing else to
We
add,
appreciate y'all having us.
Yeah,
It
thank
was
you so
fun.
much.
It
This was fun. Yes, Black Love.
Black Love, yes.
You got to keep married couples together. We got
Yes,
married
you
couples
need-
vibe off each other.
Yes.
That's for real.
Yes,
That's
'cause
real
it's
talk.
lit.
Very
Yeah,
couples do
yeah.
vibe off each other.
Right. We be having a good time when we shoot things.
Chill, but,
All right, we'll let that ride.
Say bye-bye.
Yeah,
Say
just say bye.